Welcome to Yoga with Amanda. I will be doing a 7-part series breaking down the chakras. There are 7 chakras that start from the root to the crown of our head that are different energy bodies that allow us to move our body to stretch and grow and ask some deeper questions around each section of our body. Hope you join me for all 7, and I'll see you on the mat. Welcome to Yoga with Amanda. This is part 3 of a 7-part series. I'm working through teaching and integrating the chakras. So this is the 3rd chakra. This is the solar plexus. This is where we feel our personal power, or maybe that's out of balance. So this is a good opportunity to check in with how we feel. So we're going to be doing a little bit of core work. Heat is the element, and if this chakra is in balance, we have a really good self-esteem. That's not overinflated. We don't have an overinflated ego, or we don't have a really low self-esteem. So a lot of times this chakra can be out of balance, where in one moment we have a heightened ego and we think really highly of ourselves, and then another moment we feel really insecure and kind of go back and forth, and that can be really taxing on the adrenals. So in this, we're just going to tune into ourselves, know what our personal truth is, and know what our personal power is. So find yourself a nice comfortable seat. You can sit up on a prop if you would like. You can sit up on a pillow, or just have your legs out straight. Wherever you are, find a place where you can have a nice straight spine. So you can ground down through your hips, lift the crown of the head, loop the shoulders up by the ears, down and back. Soften your gaze. I'm going to read off some affirmations that you can repeat in your mind's eye. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Bow your chin to your chest. Repeat after me. I love and accept myself. I stand up for myself. I am strong and courageous. I am worthy of love, kindness, and respect. I choose the best for myself. I express myself in a powerful way. I am proud of my achievements. I honor myself. I choose healthy relationships. I am authentic. I direct my own life. I appreciate my strengths. I feel my own power. I am free to choose in any situation. I seek opportunity for personal and spiritual growth. I am at peace with myself. We'll take a big breath in and a big breath out. We're going to start off with a really fiery breath. So you can take your left hand, the pinky right at your navel, and take your right hand, your knuckles towards your belly, thumb up. So I'm going to show you the breath, and then I'll walk you through it. So we're pumping our bellies. It's called Kapalabhati breath. So I'm pumping, and the breath is coming out my nose. So you want a little hollow in the back of your throat. No snot rockets, but we're like forcefully pushing the air out of our nose and pumping the belly. We often tend to tighten our bellies and don't expand our breath. So we're just going to practice. Be really easy, especially if this is your first time doing it. And if you start to get lightheaded or kind of confused or it's not feeling good, just take big, full, deep breaths. That will also work. Okay, so I'm going to show you, and then I'll walk you through it. Okay, so what we're doing is this pumping, and just try your best. It takes a little bit of time to get the sensation of pumping it out of your nose. Okay, so here we go. So you can take your knuckles and kind of help to push your belly in to get that movement. Try to minimize how much action's happening with the chest. You don't want to do like a full thing, just like pumping with the belly. Okay, So we'll just try for about a minute. Do your best. Okay, maybe not quite a minute. We'll do one more. Good, one more round. Okay, let's take a big breath in and a big breath out. Just notice how you feel. We're gonna build some heat in our bellies today. We're gonna be kind and gentle to ourselves in the way. So I'm gonna do some core work, but if it's not feeling good for you, you can just skip it and hop in when you're ready. Okay, so we're gonna move forward into a tabletop position. You can stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. We'll move through our cat-cow just to loosen up the spine a little bit. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, tuck the chin and round the spine. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. We're going to start to light up the core. So you can be on the top of the feet or maybe curl the toes under, whichever feels better. Ground down through your hands. If you have sensitivity in your wrists, you may want to come onto knuckles for a more neutral wrist alignment. We're going to lift the shins off the mat about 6 inches. So pull that lower belly in, nice length in the spine, and we're going to hold and hover. Okay, so a lot of these core exercises, you're going to shake, you're going to maybe be out of breath, but I want you to just tune in, come back to your full breath. Feel your core, go ahead and lower. If you feel more in your low back than your core, I want you to take little breaks. So you can just kind of come up and back down, just to start to prime the core a little bit. I also want you to push down really strong into the arms so that we're not collapsing in our upper body. We're gonna do a few things like this later too, so I want you to keep that in mind. Okay, let's do one more time. So you can either curl the toes or come onto the top of the feet. We're gonna lift the shins, press strong into the hands or the knuckles. Keep lots of length in your spine. Pull your belly in. If you're feeling it in your low back, just lower your knees. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Slowly lower down. Let's rock back into child's pose for a moment. You can bring your big toes together, knees out wide. Arms can be extended. You can bend the elbows, bringing the thumbs to the nape of the neck. Maybe roll out the wrists a little bit. Always okay to come back into child's pose if you need a little moment to ground back down or take a little break. We're building fire and heat into our bellies, but we're also taking care of our bodies. Okay, big breath in. Big breath out. Shift the weight forward. We're going to move into a plank position. So stacking the shoulders over the wrists. We're going to lift up the knees, drop the pelvis down a little bit. We don't want to go too far. You don't want to lift the butt up too high. You just want to pull the belly in for a nice straight line. Also totally fine to drop the knees down. You still get a lot of work done in the core. Okay, so we're going to look down between the hands. No valleys between the shoulder blades. You want to kind of press up really strong. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good, we're gonna flow here back and forth into downward facing dog. Bend the knees really generously on this first one. The head feel heavy, neck long. Pull the belly in towards the spine. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, kind of loosen up here. Good. Then one movement, one breath. We're going to shift the weight forward. Inhale, come into plank. Pull the belly in towards the spine. Exhale, rock it back. Downward facing dog. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Pause in downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Good. I want you to drop down onto the knees. If you can sit back into the heels, that's great. Or maybe you bring a pillow or a block behind you if that doesn't feel good. I want to teach you another breath called lion's breath. Looks a little funny, so no judgment here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is stick the tongue out and look up towards the third eye. It can be really cleansing and like shift energy, especially if you're feeling kind of funky. If you do a lion's breath, see how you feel in your body after. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, let's do two together. Inhale, exhale for lion's breath. One more. Inhale. Nice. Okay. So let's go back into downward facing dog. We're going to take another lion's breath. Big breath in. Lion's breath out. Inhale, look forward into the hands. Come onto the balls of the feet. You can jump, step, hop, or walk forward. Feet to meet the hands at the top of the mat. We'll stay in a forward fold for a moment. You can grab opposite elbows or let the fingertips dangle. Big breath in. Big breath out. Release the hands if you have them. Tuck the chin, tuck the tail. You can roll up one vertebra at a time. Or you can come up a little faster if you want. Grounding down through the feet, coming into a standing position. The head and shoulders come last. Loop the shoulders up by the ears, down and back. We're going to take 3 half sun salutations and then 3 full sun salutations. Surya Namaskar A. There's A, B, and C. I most commonly do A. Okay, let's do 3 half sun salutations. Inhale, reach the arms high. You can stay here, take a mini back bend. Exhale, hinge and fold. You can draw a line through center or spread your arms out wide. Moving into a full forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more. We're going to go a little faster. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hinge and fold, soft bend in the knees. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more. Here we go. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Full sun salutation. The beginning is the same. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hinge and fold, soft bend in the knees. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Hands beside the feet. We're going to step back with the left and then the right. Just shift the weight forward. You can drop onto the knees if you want to, but keep the elbows beside the ribs. We're going to slowly lower down. Okay, we're going to lower down onto our bellies for this first one and take King Cobra. So we're going to walk the hands off the side of the mat, coming onto the fingertips. Bring the elbows up towards the ceiling. Inhale, peel the chest up off the earth. Good. Exhale, lower down. 2 more times of that lift, just waking up our upper backs. Inhale, lift. If you only come up a little bit, that's perfect. Just meet your body where it is. Exhale, lower. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale, melt down, sliding the hands back underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes. You can either rock the hips back to the heels for child's pose, or maybe try to curl the toes, lift the thighs, and press up through a push-up position back into downward facing dog. Big breath in. Let's lion's breath out. Good. Inhale, look forward into the hands. Come onto the balls of the feet. Jump, step, or walk forward, feet to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Another sun salutation. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hinge and fold. Soft bend in the knees, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, hands beside the feet. Step the right foot back. And then the left. Shift the weight forward. You can decide what your back bend is. You can lower down all the way and do king cobra again, maybe baby cobra. Or you lower down, keeping the elbows tucked in beside the ribs, and then flip the feet and come up into upward facing dog. Lifting the head and chest up and out. And then either curl over the toes or rock the hips back to the heels for a moment. And make your way to downward facing dog. Or pause in child's pose. Again, I give you permission to go into child's pose at any point. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, look forward into the hands. Come onto the balls of the feet. Maybe let's try to start hopping forward. If that's not in your practice, just walk forward. We'll meet you there. Maybe you look forward, come onto the balls of the feet, and you begin to spring forward, just little hops. Okay? Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. One more. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hinge and fold. Soft bend in the knees, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, hands beside the feet. This time I want you to try to jump back, if that's okay for your body. We're just gonna hop it back. Maybe you made it halfway and then you walk back. Totally cool. We're just gonna challenge ourselves a little, build some heat, have some fun. It's all about fun. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. Just kidding. Okay, we're gonna lower down your way, come up into your back bend, and downward facing dog. Okay, speaking of fun, we're gonna build some heat in the body. This can look different for everybody. It's gonna resemble a mountain climber, if that's familiar to you. We're gonna step the right foot forward between the hands. We're gonna do this, I think they call it monkey dance or something in yoga. We're gonna do this hop switch, okay? But it might look like a mountain climber where you're just kind of doing this. That's cool. Maybe it's a step, step, that's cool. But if you're ready to do a full monkey dance, I don't know if that's what it's called, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, so you can bring your left foot forward now and then hop switch, hop switch, hop switch, hop switch. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Good. That right foot should be forward between the hands. If not, I'll wait for you. Okay. We're going to drop the pelvis down, lift the chest up, move into crescent lunge, high lunge. If you feel wobbly, you can step the feet out left to right or bring the feet closer together. But what I want you to do is take a minute and make sure that we're not leaning forward and that you're not feeling anything in your low back. So you're gonna bend that knee, that back knee, tuck. So you feel a nice stretch here. Stack the shoulders over the hips and then make sure that right knee is tracking over the second or third toe. Good. We're gonna reach the arms up, shoulders away from the ears. Arms are straight and strong. If you have shoulder stuff, you're welcome to bring the hands at heart center. Bring them like this. Big breath in. Big breath out. Bring the hands on the hips. Straighten that front leg. Bring the back foot in. Couple footprints. About a foot. Okay, so turn the toes out at a 45-degree angle. You want to square the hips and the shoulders. You want them to be, the hip points and shoulder points to be facing the same direction. We're going to take pyramid pose. So that front leg straight. This first option, you can do a few things with your arms. You can keep the hands on the hips and kind of squeeze the shoulder blades back, so a nice straight spine. It's working on posture. Or you can interlace, you can grab opposite elbows if that is available to your body. If not, we'll just take the hands to the hips and broaden the chest. Then we're gonna fold forward. That left hip wants to rotate back, don't let it. You can softly bend the right knee. If you're up higher, if you have tight hamstrings, that's a-okay. And I want you to keep everything in alignment. So you want to keep the chin tucked slightly so you're not looking up too much. There's a lot of work happening in the upper back, the core. For sure my hamstring's feeling it. We're just gonna hold it. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good job. We're gonna release, frame the front foot with the hands. This is where it's nice to have a prop as well. If you have 2 blocks, it's great, or something just to like rest your hands on. You can tuck the chin and round the spine. Again, you can use books or other things that are available. It doesn't have to be yoga blocks. Just hold it for a breath. Nice deep stretch in the hamstring. Okay, we're gonna play again here. We're gonna move into standing split. So all the weight's gonna be on the front leg. I'm gonna take the back leg, tuck the knee into my chest, and then kick the heel up towards the ceiling. Try to bring the nose in towards the knee. It doesn't really matter where that leg is, just do your best. Okay, you can roll the ankle around. Good, and then step the feet together. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, hands beside the feet. You can try to jump back again or step back, whatever feels good to you. You can also skip this next part if you're like, oh, I'm getting tired. You're gonna lower down, elbows beside the ribs, come up into your back bend, and downward facing dog. Let's ground down for a moment. Come back to your breath. Come back to your body. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. We're going to bring the left heel high, step the foot through. We're going to hop switch again. Do a little monkey dance. Hop switch. Hop switch. Hop switch. Hop switch. Again. Here we go. 3 more times. 1, 2, 4, 3, 4. So that left foot's forward between the hands. Drop the pelvis down, lift the chest up, moving into a crescent lunge. Go nice and slow here. Pull your belly in, reach the arms up, and then find your best position. Tuck your tail. Take a moment, find the right posture. Shoulders stacked over hips. Find your drishti, your focal point. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. You can bring the hands on the hips. Straighten that front leg. Step the back foot in and turn the toes out at a 45-degree angle. But square the hips so the shoulder and hip points are facing the front. And you can take the same thing here, squeezing the elbows towards each other. You can grab your forearms, or it's an extra core challenge. Reach the arms overhead, interlace your fingers. We're going to take steeple mudra. Mudras are different hand positions, releasing everything but the first finger. Biceps by the ears, pull the lower belly in. We're going to come forward into our pyramid pose. So there's a lot of extra work with the shoulders. If it's not feeling good, we're just going to come back, changing the hand position. Balance posture, stretching the hamstrings, working on core, working on our beautiful posture. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. You can release the hands. We're going to fold forward. You can bring the hands beside the foot or onto a prop, or grab behind if you have the extra balance to grab onto your calf. Nose in towards the knee, let the head feel heavy. Big breath in. Big breath out.
Good. We're going to move into standing splits. Hands beside the feet. Bring the right knee into the chest. And then spike that heel up towards the ceiling, nose in towards the knee. You take some ankle circles, one direction and the other. And then step the feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. One more sun salutation. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hinge and fold, soft bend the knees. Have some fun. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, hands beside the feet. You can jump or step back. Lower down. Again, you can skip this if you want. Come up into your back bend. And downward facing dog. Big breath in. Lion's breath out. Inhale. Exhale. And come down onto the knees. Swing your legs to the side. And we are going to roll down onto our backs. We're going to do a little bit of core work before we end up here. So you can just roll down, getting there however you'd like. Good. Keep the knees bent. You want to make sure that there's no space between your back and the mat. So you're kind of pressing your back flat. Belly button should be coming in towards the spine, really engage there. You don't want to round up through the shoulders either. So keep the shoulders pressing down into the mat. We're going to extend the heels up towards the ceiling. This might be the work that you need today. It's perfect. There's some version of like dead bug or dying bug. Just with the legs up like that, like my core is working. So if that's working for you, great. I'm gonna give lots of levels here. If you're like on the edge of that level and you're feeling pain or it's not working out for you, then just come back a level, okay? So we're gonna lower down the left leg, hovering. Good, a little scissor action, come back up, and then lower the right leg. Also, if you feel really grabby in your hip flexors right here, you could just shorten it. Just make little baby scissors. It's perfect. Everybody's doing the same amount of work regardless of where you are, okay? So, make the big scissors. It's also okay, take a little break and then hop back in when you're ready. We're just checking in with our core, having a good sense of security of where we are in our lives. Just embracing our bodies exactly as they are right now in this moment. Okay, I'm gonna do one more little burner if that's feeling easy for you. So I want you to lift up, so my left leg's down, the heel's hovering. The right leg's up towards the ceiling. Bring the left hand across the body. And then lower the right leg down to meet the left. Woo! If you're not feeling that, I want to meet you. Okay, good. We're going to lower down, come back up. Let's do two more. Good. And then we'll switch. So you can take any variation as we're doing this, or you can tap out if you're done. Totally cool. I'm going to lower the right leg down, left leg's lifted. We're going to curl up, take the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Maybe that's where you stay. That's pretty good. And then you can lower down. Make sure you're breathing. Down and up. Do one more. Woo! Good job, you guys. And pull the knees in. Give yourself a sweet hug. It's good. Okay, from here we're going to take bridge pose. So you can stamp your feet down. Again, there should be no space between your back and the mat. Your hands can be beside your hips. Now press into the heels as you lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Tip your head back a little bit so there's enough space between your chin and your chest. And you can just stay right here. If it feels better to flow, you can drop the hips down and then come back up. So opening up the hip flexors, maybe stretching the abs a little bit, engaging the back body. If you're flowing, flow with your breath. Inhale as you lift up, exhale as you lower. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's take one more. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. You can bring the knees back into the chest. Tuck in like a little ball, bringing your chin in towards your knees. Big breath in. And exhale, release, extending the legs out in front of you. Hands beside the hips, dropping into a well-deserved Shavasana, final resting position. Big breath in. Full release, exhale. Let your mind stay as present as possible for these next few minutes. You let the practice integrate. You can stay here for as long as you would like. If you need or want to start moving, you can bring some movement into your body, into your fingers and toes. Reach your arms overhead. Take like a full good morning stretch. Bend your knees. Maybe roll to your side. You can linger there for a moment. And press yourself up whenever you're ready. Making your way to a nice comfortable seat. Lots of length in the spine. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, bow your chin to your chest. Repeat after me. I am awesome. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.